implement this immediately. So I would hope that as soon as this is passed in the early fall, we can begin implementing this. We're going to work with Congress on additional funding. But again, this is one of the top priorities of Treasury, and this is critical to close holes in CFIUS that we need, particularly around joint ventures and other areas.
At the end of the day, we don't want to look back 2 or 3 years from now and see that we've not done the full job. Thank you.
Time of the gentleman has expired. The chair now recognizes the gentlelady from Wisconsin, Ms. Moore, ranking member of our Monetary Policy and Trade Subcommittee.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Secretary, again, let me say welcome to you, welcome to the committee. Let me get right to it. Our chairman here referred to the economic miracle of the tax cuts. And I just want to say that the only time that income inequality has been greater than it is now is when upon the dawn and advent of the Great Depression. So income inequality is not a good thing for our economy and other people's economy. So before I go on to talk about that a little bit more, I just want to refer back to the things that I talked about in my opening statement, the Universal Service Fund. There are many, many, many more poor people who have fallen out of the middle class because of the bifurcation of benefit from that tax bill. And so despite the declarations that people are better off, I mean, we have seen, wages not stay flat, but actually fall. So this notion that we have, more, less unemployment, but flat wages or lowered wages, that we're having bonuses given out. Walmart is a good example, was up there. They gave $400 million of bonuses to his employees and then simultaneously laid off 10,000 people. So this notion that Joe's six-pack is better off is not something that is provable. Having said that, there are more poor people, and so I was very concerned about the Universal Service Fund. And even though Brad Bailey responded to my letter very short, he was very unresponsive to my requests about how you all intend and plan on administering the Universal Service Fund to make sure that it retains its purpose. And so I will be asking you offline to do that. Now, I want to go back to the economic miracle here, because, of course, when we implemented the tariffs, that was a double hit. I grew up in the neighborhood where Harley-Davidson has its international headquarters in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the president just started picking on my little hometown company, and I'm just wondering why he's so surprised. Given the structure of the tax bill, I just want to know why you're surprised. They had their corporate rate lowered from 35% to 21%. And then, of course, they repurchased $15 million of their shares, valued at nearly $700 million. It incentivized them to do that. The repatriation of tax benefits to corporations, rewarded people for bad behavior. They laid off workers in Cleaver's district, 800 workers, but they're going to hire 400 new ones in Thailand. Why is the president surprised, since we had a tax bill that incentivized, not raising wages? Why are you surprised? Why is the president surprised by Harley?
Well, again, I would beg to differ, but I think the tax bill actually encouraged significant investment, and that's.
But it didn't happen. I mean, Walmart.
There absolutely has. In Wisconsin, there's tremendous amount of jobs coming into Wisconsin as a result of the tax bill, and as a result of new facilities that are being built.
Foxconn.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, Foxconn, it's going to be a $4 billion cost to the taxpayers. It's what I call socializing the costs and privatizing the profits. I mean, it's bigger than our doggone state budget, what we're giving as an incentive. So that dog don't hunt, quite frankly. The math doesn't work out, Mr. Secretary of the Treasury.
I'm not going to comment on the state numbers, which, again, I wasn't
Right.
involved
They're
with,
my
but
state.
my understanding is that the state's analysis was quite well thought out.
No, I read the state analysis, and it's going to cost more than we're going to benefit. And so I am trying to understand why the president is surprised that this tax bill didn't trickle down into wages, but just became a way to buy back shares of his stockholders and didn't trickle down to Joe Sixpack.
Again, we'd be happy to follow up with your office and show you wage growth, which we've already seen and anticipate more.
Time of the gentlelady has
So sad.
expired. The chair now declares a recess for 15 minutes.